Hi, I'm Will. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Rize, and I'm super excited to share what we built with you today. Rize is a time tracking app built specifically for you to improve your focus and to build better work habits. Let's just dive in right into the product. This is the Rize dashboard. There's a lot being shown here, but it's all fairly intuitive. The timeline at the top gives you a visual representation of when exactly you are active throughout the day. The purple blocks are simply active time, and the bars underneath represent when you are focused on a particular type of work. We'll come back to those later. The break timer helps you make sure you are taking enough breaks throughout your day. We show you how much time has elapsed since your last break, your break to work ratio, and your notification settings. The break timer can send you a notification after you've worked for a certain amount of uninterrupted time. It's smart, so if you take an impromptu break beforehand, it won't send you a notification. Rize will also auto-detect when you're taking a break if you are not active on your computer for more than 5 minutes. But you can also trigger a manual break timer for a specific amount of time. This makes it much easier to do the Pomodoro technique because you never have to remember to start your work timer. Rize just auto-detects everything for you. The activity section simply shows you a real-time feed of your tracked time. This helps you ensure that things are working properly. The work blocks section shows sessions of time when Rize determined you are focused on a particular type of work. You can dive into the details to see stats, what your top interrupters were, how much of that session you are focused, and how often you are context switching. There are several scenarios where you may be working on a Google Doc, and Rize will categorize it as documenting, but in reality you want it to be categorized more specific to the function, like content planning, script writing, or code documentation. You can simply override the session category, and your times will be updated accordingly. You can additionally assign session time to projects. Simply tag the work block with a project tag, and the aggregated time for that project will show up below. You can then click that project to see how much time you've spent on that project for the last 14 days. This is a relatively new feature, so we still have a lot of improvements we want to include. In the top right section, we show you how much time you worked throughout the day. Next to it, we show you how much time you worked in relation to a goal that you can set. Mine is 6 hours. Rize will notify you once you hit 100% so you can wrap up your day and make sure you aren't overworking. Your time worked is shown split between 3 main areas: focus, meetings, and breaks. This gives you a quick and easy check to see if you had enough focus time, if you've had too many meetings, or not enough breaks in your day. Finally, the category breakdown shows you all of your time split between categories. You can click the category to see what apps and websites were put into that category and change them if necessary. Going forward, they'll be automatically categorized to whatever you set. A cool feature is to be able to see these categories in your timeline. For instance, if I wanted to see how often and when I was checking my email, I can click the eyeball icon and view all the times I was checking my email throughout my day. This is helpful to recognize bad internally driven or externally driven distractions. These are only a few features that Rize has, and there's a ton more it can do. Check out our user guide to see the full extent of the app. Again, we're super excited to be sharing Rize with you today. My co-founder and I feel a very strong personal connection to this project. And the goal of continuously improving ourselves through quantifiable metrics is something that deeply aligns with our core values, and we really hope to work on Rize for the long term. Thank you so much.